All right, what's up, guys? I got some parts in for the GAsGas finally. Kind of went a little crazy after the flame out thing, and then I have recently ridden the TX300 on the same trail, and I'll roll some of those clips in on this video. And I think I was a little hard on the GAsGas, but I got the parts anyway. I ordered most of the parts before I took the TX out on the same trail, so maybe I pulled the trigger a little too early and was a little harsh on the GAsGas about the flame out thing. I think most of it is probably rider. However, I do think it can be improved, and I'd like to improve it because those are the type of trails I like to ride. And, I didn't feel like it was overly technical, but if I can improve the flame out performance or keep it from flaming out or flame out less, I think it'd be worth giving it a shot. So we got a couple of parts here. These two here are from the same company, and we'll just start out with those. So this one is a fuel rail, and it is from a company called Pinnet, also called Best Dual Sport Bikes is the name of the company. The machining on it looks great. The finish on it's really good. So this fuel rail is supposed to help with, I believe, basically, and when you jump on the throttle really hard, the stock one comes out at a 90, and there's like a little pinch at the 90 for the fuel. So if you romp on the bike really hard, it can use more fuel at that initial point than is available, or they can get through that pinch point. So we got this. It was pretty inexpensive. I want to say it was like 30 bucks, 35 bucks. Came with a hose clamp. So it's a nice part. We'll see. It was inexpensive, so I got it in the same order that I placed for this guy. So this is the heavyweight pressure plate, or heavier pressure plate, for the KTM GAsGas Husky 250 and 350 bikes, 4 strokes. So it's a pretty nice part. The machining on it is really good, and the finish work is really good. All the places where where the stock first steel ring would be on the clutch, you get rid of that. So this surface here where it would touch your clutch plate is machined real nice. The part, it looks solid. It's definitely hefty. Feels really well made. So I'm really hopeful that this will help keep the bike running in lower RPMs when I have the clutch out. So we'll see. Hopefully this added weight, I know it's not the same as adding a flywheel weight. I've got a flywheel weight on the Husky, and the nice part about that is you can load that inertia up and use that stored energy when you let out the clutch and are not on the throttle. You won't be able to do that, so you won't be able to rev the bike and then let out the clutch and use that power, because this won't be spinning at that point. So but when the clutch is in and the bike is running, hopefully that added inertia will keep it running. That's the idea, in fact. So we'll see. Again, this wasn't terribly expensive. It was worth a shot for me. Right around $100, so not terrible in my opinion for a quality part. I've seen other ones that do bolt right on instead of replacing the pressure plate, and they're smaller, so a smaller diameter. And so even though they add similar, I think you can get a 9 and a 13 ounce. They're small in diameter, so the rotating mass, even though they're the same weight, because this is a larger diameter, you're going to have more basically rotating mass. So hopefully this will be an improvement. We'll see. If not, then it'll just come out of the bike and hang on the wall. But I'm hopeful. I've heard good things, and from some videos I've seen, it looked promising. Now the next one, this is the higher dollar one. Probably the one I'm most excited about is the Vortex ECU. And let's get it out of the bag here. So I was reading a little bit, did a lot of research on ECUs, and I kind of settled on the Vortex one just because it's a bigger name. I looked at the Get ones, they looked really nice too, and this one is specifically for the 250. So it comes with 10 different maps. You can tune it. I'm sure you guys have seen Vortex ECUs before, but 10 different maps, and you can choose which ones you want. So I have the stock KTM Husky map switch, so that will always be on map 1, and then whatever I set this dial to, that's what I'll set up on the other map on the map switch. And I wanted to use the Vortex one also because you can use the factory quick shift, traction control, and launch mode. So that was pretty cool. I'm really hopeful for this. The videos that I'll probably post on the GAsGas, I'm not sure if I'm going to just do the pressure plate on its own and then add the Vortex ECU. There's actually a map in here. I think that's what I'll do. I'll install all of it, but there's a map in here that is a stock map. I think it's map 9, and it's the green map, the stock green map for the GAsGas KTM or Husky, whatever. So I'll install everything and I'll try it with just the pressure plate and the stock map just to see if that helps. And maybe I could save you guys, $800 on an ECU if it does work out. If not, then we'll switch to the other maps, and I'm pretty confident. I haven't seen a bad review of the Vortex in regards to that. I haven't seen very many on the 250s though, so maybe this will be a little something different. So yeah, well, hopefully these parts help, and hopefully just avoid these flame outs a little bit and go from there. Probably just need a better rider. I heard better riders are harder to come by these days. This is work stuff. That's just stuff I was working on for work, but there she is. There's the GAsGas. Really excited to get the parts in there. Got the Husky out. I had it out over the weekend and it was still pretty muddy from the rain, so I got her out. We're gonna clean her up real good and make sure everything's the way it should. And we got the Land Cruiser 200 here in the background. She's been putting in work. Unfortunately, got a little scuff, and it's probably hard to see some pinstripes, but it's what the Land Cruisers are for. Got a nice homemade steel bumper here. Got some KC lights on it. Nice roof rack, so does the job for hauling dirt bikes. Anyway, yeah, so see you guys in the video, and hoping for progress. I didn't stall like I did on the 250, but it definitely wasn't as clean afterwards. But I think I have readjusted some of my expectations of the GAsGas 250 after being out here on this bike. But this thing just does that stuff so good. I mean, it just crawls, but again, I get it. 250 2-stroke or 250 4-stroke, 350 2-stroke, not a fair comparison, I guess.
So like I said, guys, I think I was a little harsh on the GAsGas in the other video. You know, the TX definitely did the trail a little better. I could have done more on my part as a rider for sure, but and it was definitely easier on the TX. I don't know. You know, the GAsGas is awesome. It's an awesome bike. The flame out thing, you know, maybe I'd hate to say I'm just not used to riding a 4-stroke, but you know, I spent a lot of time on that Beta 390 and didn't have these issues. So maybe it's just nuances between the bikes or whatever. But I'm really excited to get these parts in and get the GAsGas out on the trail. Hopefully, I'll have it out this weekend to test everything for a good ride. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm really excited just to get this bike dialed in and where I want it to be. I think it's going to be an awesome single track bike once all this is done. And it looks like the parts are really easy to install. The ECU is going to be super easy. The pressure plate's super easy. You know, you don't have to take the clutch out or anything. So just a couple of bolts for the cover and then for that pressure plate. I think there's 6 bolts, so super easy to do. I doubt I'll make a video of swapping everything out. Maybe I'll just roll in some pictures in the GAsGas video or something like that. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you get a chance, check out the next GAsGas video. It'll probably post next week sometime. So catch you in the next one.